Yo, what's good, everyone? Today's August 14th. Caught a super clean short position, and I'm going to break down exactly why I ended up taking this trade. So prior to market open, we had 8:30 red folder news. We had PPI. PPI caused a pretty big sell-off to the downside here. There's a pretty large bearish candle, so lots of selling volume throughout here. And then going into New York session open, obviously I expect price to move higher and at least fill somewhat of this imbalance here, and we also left a data high in the market. Unfortunately, we did not get a setup to take longs to data highs. That would have been ideal, but we did not get any proper retrace, and so no entry, obviously taking longs up to data highs. And then during this push higher, so off New York session open here, we have this push to the upside. We left multiple imbalances, multiple bullish imbalances that I eventually wanted to see price come down and fill. So that's exactly kind of how my trade aligned today. I'll jump on the 4-hour time frame to show the imbalance that we came up into. So off of New York session open, we had this push to the upside here. We can see this large wick. We came up and filled this bearish 4-hour fair value gap and obviously got a good push back to the downside after filling that gap. I'll jump on the 2-minute time frame here. So I entered off of the 2-minute inverse. That was my confirmation to move back to the downside. So obviously you can't just take a trade blindly off of price coming up and filling a fair value gap. You need some sort of confirmation that price is actually going to move back to the downside. So that's where the inverse fair value gap comes in. We can see that price makes this move to the upside, and then obviously we reverse, and I enter off of the 2-minute inverse fair value gap. I combined two bullish 2-minute gaps right here, waited for the candle close below, entered off this candle right here, and I was targeting the top of a bullish 5-minute fair value gap. So I'll jump on the 5-minute here, and we'll come over. We can see here we had this bullish 5-minute gap that I at least wanted to see price trade into this gap. So that's why I placed my take profit off of this low here, which was the top of the bullish 5-minute gap. Obviously, we were super bullish, so I did not want to be super greedy and wait for price to possibly move lower. Obviously, we did here, missed out on a little bit, not a little bit, a lot of money, but we very well could have came down into this 5-minute, tapped it, and then reversed back to the upside, and we would have gotten stopped out at break even. So I'd rather take profits and not be greedy. That's exactly what we did here. Nice and simple, 1-to-1. This trade was like less than 4 minutes, literally like 3.5-minute trade, super quick. So, you don't always have to have a big move. 1-to-1 risk to reward is super high win rate on this. So yeah, that was my trade today. I will be back on here tomorrow. One more trading day this week. Let's finish the week out strong. Peace.